tuning in and welcome to this week's review of I Am Legend, starring Will Smith.
Showtime.
I'm not infected. I'm not infected. Please.
Nothing happened the way it was supposed to happen. 6 billion people on Earth when the infection hit. I'm a survivor living in New York City. I will be at the South Street Seaport every day at midday when the sun is highest in the sky.
I must say, I was really looking forward to seeing this movie, and I thought it could be one of the strongest during the holiday season. The story looked interesting, and the trailer didn't give too much away to ruin it. Now, the thing you need to know before anything else of this movie is the title and the trailer is a little misleading. You see Will Smith working out Mr. T style with his pull-ups and running on the treadmill. This leads you to see his character as some sort of badass. And with a title like I Am Legend, this pretty much sounds like I'm a bad mother. They show him with guns and being a hunter and working out like he's getting ready for a prize fight. And all that really has nothing to do with his character and the movie. He's a doctor, not some superhero. And maybe Will Smith and Matthew McConaughey having their contracts have their shirts off in every movie.
Would I have to take my shirt off too, Matthew?
Well, if we were down in Austin, especially if it was summertime, it gets kind of hot, so.
Yeah.
Probably get more chicks if we took our shirts off.
All right.
I don't know. Let's put it this way. I was going into this expecting a film with a decent amount of action along with some drama. And they delivered a film with only drama for the most part, and a pretty slow one at that. And it took a really long time for this movie to get going. But I would say this film is like a cross between the movie Outbreak or the first hour of The Stand and 28 Days Later. Now, the flashback method for telling the story is good at times, because having a movie with only one character and his dog can only take up so much screen time before you start getting bored with it. The movie's also a little too redundant, trying to emphasize that he is the only man on the planet. And we don't need to see the same things over and over and over to understand that he is all alone. This movie also borrowed a little from Castaway, like when Tom Hanks' character made best friends with a volleyball, and he called it Wilson and lost touch with the fact that it was not a living, breathing friend, but a volleyball. In this movie, Will's character starts to think that the mannequins are not fake and possibly real people. Now, it's funny at first as a joke, but when it starts getting a little too serious about it, it seemed a little overdone. I will say the effect showing New York City as a wasteland was pretty cool, and there are some pretty good scenes in this movie. Unfortunately, it takes a while to get to them, and they are few and far between. And one of the best parts of the film is where he talks about Bob Marley.
He believed that you could cure racism and hate, literally cure it, by injecting music and love into people's lives. One day he was scheduled to perform at a peace rally. Gunmen came to his house and shot him down. 2 days later, he walked out on that stage and sang. Somebody asked him why. He said, the people who are trying to make this world worse are not taking a day off. How can I?
Now that's a great story. The ending laid it on a little too thick. And this is where the I Am Legend comes in. I'm not a real big fan of this savior take on the story. It's not horrible, but it really didn't work well for me. Overall, this was not a bad movie, but it wasn't great either. And just having an A-list actor like Will Smith will keep this film afloat. And if you go into this movie keeping in mind that he's a doctor trying to find a cure for this virus, instead of some badass that became a legend, you'll enjoy this movie a lot more. For my overall rating, I give I Am Legend 3.5 stars.
The people who are trying to make this world worse are not taking a day off. How can I?